Mom Nerissa Beatriz, a teacher and a guidance counselor, and here's my channel where you can grow positive with all the relevant topics, lessons, and tips that I will be sharing. So if you're new in my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell button for you to get updated with the next videos. Okay, so for this video, I'll be featuring a series of webinars taken from the 3-day division level webinar on career psychoeducation for grades 10 to 12 students, which I was able to organize. As a guidance counselor, it is my advocacy to help students in their career decision making. So please do watch the videos.
Okay, so napakaganda ng mga naging discussions natin ngayong umaga. So ako nakikinig ako simula pa kaninang umaga. It was really indeed a fruitful discussion, talagang sikliglig ano sir doon. So parang wala na nga akong i-discuss, naubos na po nila. But anyway, just bear with me So inalis ko na yung lahat ng mga slide decks na I think na repetition na ng mga discussions ng ating mga naging discussion ng ating participants, I mean ng ating facilitator speaker this morning. Kaya I hope na makikinig tayo hanggang sa end po ng aking presentation. Okay. So ayan. Okay, can you see now po my presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so nakikita na. Okay, so ayan. So again, the topic that I am going to discuss this afternoon is about exploring career pathways. Okay, so again, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. So napakaganda ng ating magiging usapan na naman ngayon. So again, kindly type in #FindYourPurpose and another one is #Exploring Career Pathways. So sige nga po, maaari ba nating makita ang inyong mga responses sa ating chat box para magkaroon tayo ng interactive, di ba, na discussion this afternoon. So again, I am Ma'am Tere Buena. I am a guidance counselor po here in Zeferino Arroyo High School. Ayan, magkalapit lang po ang ating school. Okay, so para po sa mga mag-aaral ng Perpetual Help National High School, ako po si Ma'am Tere at isa po akong guidance counselor po katulad ni Ma'am Neri po ninyo. Si Ma'am Neri din ay isa ding registered guidance counselor, kaya napakaswerte ng Perpetual Help National High School dahil bukod sa meron na kayong napakagandang teacher na si Ma'am Neri, meron pa kayong registered guidance counselor, di po ba? Okay, so of course, it is an honor and privilege to be part of your meaningful endeavor this afternoon. So talaga namang nakaka-excite ang araw na ito dahil alam ko po na marami sa ating gustong matuto when it comes to career planning and career decision making. So napakarami na ng diniscuss ngayong umaga. So alam ko na marami na tayong natutunan. So for this session, we will be talking about how you can explore your career pathways. Ano ba itong career pathways na ito? Marami bang mga pwede tayong mga i-discover or explore na career pathways at yun ang malalaman natin para sa hapon na ito. So, now that you know already your interest, di ba? Yung mga diniscuss sa atin kaninang umaga and of course ni Sir Dondi. So we already know our interests, our values and skills, diba, as part of our career awareness or career awareness process or the very first step in career planning. Now we can explore to these different career pathways that are related, of course, to our aptitude, to our skills, and of course to our values. Ayan. So again, I am Ma'am Tere Buena. Okay, so gamitin lamang po natin ang hashtag na ito, Find Your Future or Explore Your Career Pathways. Now, for our session objectives, we have here, dalawa lang naman na maimportanteng objectives ang kailangan nating ma-attain for this particular session. We have, number 1, to identify possible career options based on your interest, talents, and values. By the way, ang lahat ng mga discussions natin dito or part ng discussion natin dito ay galing po sa Multiple Career Development Pathways Toolkit ng DepEd at ng CMEO. Ayan. So kung naaalala ninyo yung diniscuss po ni Sir Don kanina lang, ayan, so ginamit po natin itong Multiple Career Development Pathways. At isa po, after ng discussion on career awareness, ito na po ang kasunod. Itong session on exploring career pathways. Now, in this particular session, as I told you a while ago, you will be able to identify these different career options base sa inyong interests, sa inyong talents, and of course, sa inyong values. And of course, we would also like to gain information about the different senior high school tracks and their corresponding aptitude requirements. So again, at this point, you will begin to consolidate the information you gathered about yourself. So nalaman na ninyo kung ano yung interest ninyo, kung ano yung abilidad ninyo, kung ano yung talent ninyo. Now, we are going to try to find a match on a possible senior high school track. Okay, so ano kaya ang maaaring mag-match na senior high school track or course para sa ating mga but I believe that our participants are grade 10 students, right? And grade 12 students. So we're hitting 2 birds in 1 stone kasi we're giving both career guidance to grade 10 who are going to take senior high school for this year, and of course, senior high school, grade 12 senior high school students who will be entering college this coming, September ba? Okay. So, ayan. So, i-consolidate na natin ngayon kung ano ba ang match sa atin base sa mga na-discover na natin na aptitude, na skills, and talents. Now, what is important is that you know already how to use relevant information to guide you in making career choices and decisions. So, pag-uusapan din natin ang updated labor market information. Ano ba yung mga trending ngayon? Ano ba yung mga talagang in-demand na careers para sa panahong ito na meron tayong pandemya or merong COVID-19. Okay? So, ayan. So, ito ay naitanong sa inyo kanina ni Sir Richard. Balikan lang natin itong slide deck na ito. Ano ba ang gusto mo paglaki mo? Okay. So, naitanong niyo ba ito sa inyong mga sarili before? Okay. For sure, ay nasagot din natin ito. Tama po ba? So, have you ever been asked this question before, and what do you want when you grow up, diba? So I think we will agree that this is actually the biggest decision that one takes at a very young age, and might as well the hardest, diba, question during our teenage years. So alam ko na yung iba sa inyo ay until now ay undecided pa rin kung ano ang career na ipupursue. Okay, so kaya naman nandito tayo ngayon para mas malinawan po tayo kung ano ba ang mga kailangan nating i-consider sa pagpili po ng career. So you might say, I want to become a teacher, a police, a soldier, di ba? Bakit kaya sa tingin niyo yun ang napili ninyo, di ba? Although there are literally billions of careers, di ba? In the world. So ang dami-dami ng careers na pwede nating pagpilian, pero bakit yun ang napili ninyo? So isa yun sa napakalaking tanong na kailangang sagutin natin sa sarili natin if we really want to become happy with our chosen career. Okay? So now, let's proceed. Para magkaroon din tayo ng konting interaction na naman. So I will be asking questions. Ayan. So you just type in, is it a fact or myth? Okay? So ayan, so I have here some questions. Hindi ko lang alam ang setting ko at hindi ko na makita ang aking mga participants. But anyway, I believe that you are still there. Tama po ba ako, Sir Dons? Nandyan pa po ba ang ating mga participants? Yes, of course, alive and kicking. So, ayan, so kindly answer this question. Do you think ito ba ay fact or myth? Okay, so for our first statement, okay, Ayan, there is one perfect job for me. Okay. Ano kaya sa tingin ninyo ang sagot? Okay, so ano ba ang sagot natin? Tingnan natin ang chat ng ating mga participants. Ano ka sa tingin mo? Ikaw, Sir Dons, ano po ba ang sagot kaya dito? There is one perfect job for me. Is it a fact or a myth?
There is one perfect job for me. A fact. Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. So for
Mhm.
you, it's a fact. Okay, paano naman kaya yung iba nating mga participants din nga natin? Ano kaya ang sagot nila? So maaari ba natin, ayan, nakita ko na yung chat box natin. Okay, so ayan, sabi nila, fact. Sabi ni Renilyn Molina, fact. Sabi ni Johans, fact. Okay, tingnan nga natin ang tamang sagot. Well, actually, the correct answer is
Myth.
myth. Okay.
No.
So actually, myth ang tamang sagot dyan. Because sabi dito, di ba, anyone can find a variety of fulfilling careers. Tama nga naman, di ba? After an individual has become interested in a particular career field, numerous different paths can be pursued. So for example, I am a guidance counselor now. Di ba? Meron pa rin ako maaaring mahanap na perfect job for me. It doesn't necessarily mean na naabot ko na yung dream ko as a guidance counselor nang hindi na ako pwedeng, di ba? Humanap pa ng pathway na maaaring sa tingin ko ay suited for me. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, wag nating i-limit lang yung mga possibilities. There are so many, di ba, choices na mga career choices ang pwede nating pagpilian. Okay? So, yan, good tayo dyan. Okay, next, is it a fact or a myth? Okay, so sabi dito, most students know their major and career goals when they enter college. Ayan, so ang sagot ba natin dito, lagyan nyo ata ng number. Okay, this is number 2. For our number 2 question, okay, several students din ang nagpa-participate sa ating Zoom meeting. Very good. Okay, may plus point kayo kay Ma'am Neri. Okay, so ano po ba? Is this a fact or a myth? Most students know their major and career goals when they enter college. Okay, sabi dito, sabi ni Maria Katrina, fact. Sabi ni John Bilin, myth. Myth. At may nagsabi naman na fact, sabi ni John. Ayan. So ano ba ang tamang sagot dito? So alam ba talaga ng mga students natin ang major nila? Okay? Or ang career goals nila? Ano ba talaga yung gusto nila pumasok sila sa college? Okay, so tingnan nga natin ang sagot. Okay, the correct answer here, sabi sa pag-aaral, this is daw a myth. So according to research, karamihan ng mga mag-aaral natin na nag-e-enroll sa kolehiyo, okay, beware mga grade 12 students, ay hindi alam kung ano ba talaga ang gusto nilang gawin sa buhay nila when it comes to career. Okay. So, nakakalungkot yun. Wala silang specific career goal, walang direction. Okay, so as long as sasabihin lang nila sa sarili nila na as long as nag-aaral ako, bahala na. Oh, let's cross the bridge when we get there, sabi nila. Bahala na kung ano lang ang mahanap kong trabaho. Ang importante nakapagtapos ako ng pag-aaral. Okay, that is why hindi daw maganda na ganun ang magiging mentality natin. As pag-enroll pa lang natin, as early as senior high school, that is the time na kailangan na nating pag-isipang mabuti kung ano ba talaga yung direction mo, ano ba yung path na gusto mong tahakin, di ba? So, this may be true for some. Sa iba, malamang, ito ay totoo, but most college students change their majors and career focuses many times during college. So, kaya ang dami ng mga tinatawag nating mga shifters or kaya naman ay nag-shift from one course to another. So, diba, switch majors 3 to 5 times during college. So, pag ganito ang ginawa po natin, sayang ng resources natin, sayang ng pera, sayang ng time, and sayang ng effort. Okay? So, ayan for our next statement. Is this a fact or a myth? Yan. Career assessment test will tell me what career is right for me. So, ano bang example ng mga career assessment test na meron tayo? So, para sa ating mga grade 11 students, grade 12 students, naranasan nyo bang mag-take ng National Career Assessment Examination? Okay, did you know that the result of National Career Assessment Examination is essential, is important for you to be able to choose the best course for you, the best career for you? So napaka-importante nito kasi ang National Career Assessment Examination po ay standardized test. Ito ay isang standardized test kung saan masasabi natin ito talaga ay reliable at valid. At kung ano naman, kung talagang sineryoso mo ang pag-take ng test na ito, talagang kung ano yung nakalagay dyan, maaring ito talaga yung gusto mo at ito talaga yung para sa'yo. Diba? So, naaalala nyo po ba ang result ng National Career Assessment Test ninyo? So, sa tingin ninyo, yung result ng assessment test na ito katulad ng NCAI ay maaaring makapagsabi ng kurso na or career na para sa'yo? Okay? So, tingnan nga natin ang sagot. Ano po ang ating mga sagot? May I see your answer? Okay? So, tingnan nga natin ang ating mga sagot. Ayan. So, may nagsabi ng myth. Okay, may nagsabi naman ng fact. Okay, so tingnan nga natin. So the answer here is actually myth. So importante po ang mga career assessment examination. But do not forget na hindi lamang po ito ang dapat na maging basehan natin sa pagpili ng career or ng course. This is just our guide. Okay, so for our next statement, okay, is this a fact or a myth? Ayan. So I should choose an occupation based on my strongest skills. Okay, ano sa tingin ninyo? Is this a fact or a myth? Okay? Ano po ang sagot ng ating mga participants? Okay, sabi ng ating mga participants, a fact? Okay? Sige, tingnan nga natin. Sabi dito. Okay, the answer is the strongest skill mo ba talaga dapat nagbe-base ang pagpili natin ng career? So the answer is myth. Bakit kaya? Sabi natin, di ba kailangan i-consider natin ang skill natin. Pero bakit kaya wag daw nating i-consider ang ating strongest skill? So, actually, sabi dito, your personal job skill should not be the only factor you consider while making career decisions. So, parang katulad din yung sa assessment, di ba? So, sa career result ng iyong career assessment examination. There are other important factors that should be considered, including, of course, your interest, your work environment, and your earning potential. So, yung monetary reward or yung sahod, yung salary, baka gusto mo mataas ang sahod mo or kontento ka na kahit mababa lang ang sahod mo, pero masaya ka naman, di ba? So, choosing a career based solely on individual talents will not necessarily equate to career satisfaction. And we still have here another, is this a fact or a myth? Okay, I should choose a career field based on what's hot in the current job market. What's your answer? Okay. Kailangan ba nating pumili ng career base sa kung ano ang in demand sa current job market? Okay. What do you think is the answer? So, ito importante ito. So, ikaw, Sir Dons, what do you think is the answer here? I should choose a career field based on what's hot or what is in demand, okay, in the current job market. Okay? Ayan, so hindi natin marinig si Sir Dons. Okay? Tingnan natin yung iba nating participants, ano ang sagot nila? Okay? So ibig sabihin, this is myth. Okay? So it is risky actually to choose a major or career field based lang sa kung ano ang in demand. Kasi there is a possibility na mag-shift ka from one career to another or you will not have this satisfying career life because hindi mo naman talaga gusto yung career na napili mo dahil ito ay in demand lang kaya ito yung kinuha mo, di ba? So again, ang dami ng mga kailangan natin consider at isa lang po itong current job market sa mga maaari natin i-consider sa pagpili po ng career. Okay, and what about this one? You're not limited to jobs in the field you got your degree in. Okay. So ano kaya sa tingin niyo ang sagot dito? Okay. You're not limited to jobs in the field you got your degree in. So the correct answer here is this is actually a fact. So for an additional fact, if you have a degree in journalism, you might assume that means your only option is becoming a journalist, but armed with great communication skills, diba? Pwede ka rin makakwalify sa ibang jobs katulad ng public relations, marketing, or business administration. Now, thank you so much, my dear participants, for participating, for actively participating to our question and answer. Now, sabi dito na choosing a career daw po is a big deal. So bakit ba natin sinabing big deal ang pagpili ng career? So actually na-explain na ito kanina ni Sir Richard, di ba? So when we ask people about the most meaningful parts of their lives, so maaaring sabihin nyo sa akin na isa sa mga talagang ipinapahalagahan ninyo sa buhay ninyo or nagbibigay ng meaning sa buhay ninyo ang inyong family, ang inyong health, at malamang ay sasabihin nyo sa akin ay yung magiging future work ninyo or yung present career na meron kayo ngayon. Now, these are actually the top 3, di ba, factors that give meaning to our lives. Now, choosing the type of work you'll do, therefore, is one of the most important decisions you can make. So, napaka-importanteng desisyon ang gagawin natin sa pagpili po natin ng career. Now, choosing a career is more than deciding what to do, to make a living. So it's not just about money. So when you think about the amount of time you will spend at work, or it will become clear why this decision is such a big deal. So napakalaking dito nito. Bakit? Just try to imagine you're going to work 40 hours a week up until 65 years. So it only means to say that you will work for 90,000 hours in your lifetime. Now, the question is, how are you going to spend your 90,000 hours of your life? Okay, so maswerte pa tayo kung umabot tayo ng 65 years at na-consume natin itong 90,000 hours. What if, for example, hindi na pala, di ba? Lesser than that. So, how are you going to make your career life meaningful? How are you going to make yourself, di ba, find your purpose or find meaning? Di ba? Napaka-mahalagang challenge sa atin ito bilang mga mag-aaral na pipili ng future career nila. So, that is roughly 31 and a half years. So, ang haba ng panahon na magtatrabaho ka. Kasi ang retirable age natin ngayon is 65, 60. Okay. So, actually, maswerte pa tayo dito sa Pilipinas. Sa North Korea, they are spending 112 hours per week. So, ibig sabihin, i-divide nyo yun sa 7. Ilang oras ba sila nagtatrabaho sa isang araw? So, that's more than 10 hours. Diba? Dito sa Pilipinas, ang pinaka-minimum na hours ng pagtatrabaho natin ay 8 oras lamang. Pero sa North Korea and in Japan, ang haba ng oras na ginugugol nila sa pagtatrabaho. So as you can see, this is really a substantial portion of your life, and you will be spending a lot of your time, di ba? So you don't like to underestimate the importance of selecting a career that is fitted for you, di ba? So in making this personal decision, so there are a few things, of course, to consider. So kaya tanungin mo yung sarili mo, di ba? Paano mo i-spend ang 90,000 hours ng buhay mo? Okay. So that is why it is very important to work on something that makes you feel happy and productive. Ano ba yung mga bagay na nagpapasaya sa'yo? Ano ba talaga yung pinaka gusto mong gawin sa buhay mo? Imagine kung 90,000 hours ng buhay mo ay mapupunta sa pagtatrabaho, sa career, okay? Sa career na pipiliin mo. By the way, career is not just about occupations, or this is not just about jobs. Like for example, teacher, you can have this career in business, di ba? You can have this career in other fields. So, ikaw, kung ito ang pipiliin mong career, okay, not specifically trabaho lang, so ano ang pipiliin mo para maging masaya ka or maging productive ka sa buhay mo? So as I've told you a while ago, career is not just about money or income. It is pursuing the essence of life. Okay, di ba? So mamaya i-discuss pa natin yan. Okay, so that's why tinanong tayo kanina ni Sir Richard kung ano ba ang pipiliin natin. So passion is the difference between job and career. So I hope na mahanap natin yung career talaga para sa atin, hindi na lamang para sa trabaho natin, di ba? So we want, of course, you, my dear students, to find your passion, choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life, di ba? Yun nga ang sabi sa isang quotation. But the question is how. So ang daling sabihin na, okay ma'am, hahanap ako ng career na maaaring mahalin ko for the rest of my life, the job that I will love for the rest of my life. But how? Okay, that's the question. Paano? So, ang dami nang na-mention na sa atin kanina. So, I hope na nagtitake notes po tayo kasi napaka-importante nito. Sabi ko nga, wag nating i-underestimate ang decision na gagawin natin sa buhay natin. So, ask this question for yourself. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? So, student, of course, like you, face a number of problems when choosing a career. So, ang dami ng mga tanong natin, but that's normal. It only means to say that you are trying to, research, do your best, in order for you to find the fitted or the best career for you. Kasi kung hindi ka nagtanong ng mga tanong na to, ibig sabihin parang napadala ka lang sa Agos dahil yun ang kinuha ng kaklase mo, yun ang kinuha ng friend mo, ng kakilala mo, ng idol mo, so yun din ang ipupursu mo. So it only means to say that when you try to ask these questions to yourself, you are trying also to figure out the best career for you. Okay? So that is a process actually of career exploration. So when we say career exploration, so this is the process of researching, evaluating, and learning about modern work opportunities and how students like you can pursue the careers of their choice. So in other words, it is the process of matching yourself to the world of work. Again, career exploration is the process of matching yourself to the world of work. Okay? So it is not just about finding a job. I said, okay, maulit-ulit ko itong sinasabi na hindi lang ito tungkol sa paghahanap ng trabaho. Diba? Career exploration is simply learning about various occupations and their fit with your unique career preferences and of course your skills, interests, and values. Now, when we say career exploration, so meron po tayo ditong iba't ibang steps that will ensure you select a career that will complement your personal and professional career aspirations. Now, to increase your chances of finding a satisfying career, it is suggested that we follow this 4 commonly used steps. Ano ba itong mga steps na to under career exploration? So, ito ang pinaka-process natin in career planning. So, kanina na-discuss na sa atin yung tungkol sa self-assessment or pagkilala sa ating sarili. So, we have to know ourselves so that alam natin kung ano ba yung tamang career para sa atin. Now that we know our abilities, our strengths, our weaknesses, now what? Okay, that's the question. So, ibig sabihin, pag nagtanong ka na noon sa sarili mo, you are now in the career exploration phase. Okay? So, because these are the career planning process, so you try to know yourself, you explore possibilities, and you have to make a decision. So, yan ang i-discuss ng ating huling discussion para sa hapon na ito. At napaka-importante ng i-discuss na din. Kasi now that we know all the possibilities, now that we already explored those possibilities, now what? Ano ang gagawin na natin? Paano ba talaga tayo makakapag-arrive sa isang magandang desisyon, and how are we going to make it happen? Because it is just a decision. Pag hindi tayo nag-take ng action, so it means to say that that is useless lang, di ba? So career exploration, again, is the second level of career planning process, and we are done, of course, with knowing ourselves, interests, and values. So now we have to undergo with this 4-step method or methods of career exploration. So we have to research, we have to evaluate, we have to discuss, and we have to decide. So do not forget this REDD, okay, under career exploration. Research, evaluate, discuss, and decide. Okay, so under research, okay, so as you can see, nakalagay dyan, students like you, under this particular step or method, you try to look up a set of starting careers you offer to learn an overview of what they mean. So this is where students like you take your seed list, di ba? Meron tayong mga choices, ang dami malamang na mga choices natin. Mas maganda na yun kung marami kang choices kesa wala. Okay, kasi minsan may mga ibang students akong pag nagkakandak ako ng career coaching, as in wala silang idea kung ano ba talaga ang pwede para sa kanila. So mas maganda na yung marami kang pinagpipilian kesa kahit isa wala. Okay? So choose a few careers that sound interesting. So under research, pumili ka lang. So sa dami ng lista mo, sa dami ng nakalistang career choices mo, pumili ka lang doon ng sa tingin mo ay pinaka pwedeng top 5 or top 6 or some, it's up to you kung ilang top ang ilalagay mo, ilan ang ilalagay mo sa top list ng iyong career, and try to research about it. So try to explore or learn more about it. Ano? So career exploration, remember, begins with research. Okay? Pag hindi ka nag-research, hindi mo man lang pinag-aralan kung ano yung papasukin mong field or career. So sa lang tayo dyan, kumbaga. So napaka-importante na dun pa lang alam na natin kung ano ba yung pinasok mo. For example, you're going to take a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, because I am a graduate of psychology. Gawin natin itong example. You take up Bachelor of Psychology, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, without even knowing what it is. Diba? Hindi mo malang alam kung anong background dito, ano ba yung ginagawa ng mga graduates in psychology. So, at least, diba, alam natin, nag-research man lang tayo, inalam natin by means of probably browsing the net, maaring magtanong tayo sa ating mga teachers, sa ating mga kakilala din na psychologists, or so your guidance counselors. Ayan. So sabi ko nga, maswerte tayo at meron tayong mga guidance advocates na ngayon, unlike before, na wala kaming mapagtanungan talaga kung ano ba talaga ang pwedeng kurso para sa amin. Now, you have to take that opportunity, di ba? So, kasi napaka-importante ng career research, because in career research, it can help you learn more about and prepare for potential career opportunities. Okay, so try to ask this question. So as you learn more about a particular career path, be sure to reflect on what you have learned and ask yourself this question. So, interesado ba ako sa career path na to? So am I interested in this career path? What excites me the most about the role industry? And what concerns do I have about this line of work? Baka naman hindi kaya ng kalusugan ko. Maaring hindi financially stable kami ng pamilya namin, at hindi kakayanin ng aking mga magulang itong napili kong career dahil mahal, 'di ba? Can I see myself working in this environment? Do you imagine yourself working in that field? Okay? So does this path capitalize on my strengths? Okay? So baka naman ang napili mo ay part ng iyong weakness, okay? So does this path align with my values, and what skills do I need to develop, and what information am I still missing? So those questions are important, ano? Ito lamang ay isa sa mga tanong na maaaring tanong natin during this career exploration step 1 or when doing a career research, okay? And next is, of course, under career exploration step 2, we have evaluation. So ngayon nakapag-research ka na, 'di ba? So now try to evaluate, 'di ba? So ano ba ang ito bang mga napili mong career na ito ay pasok sa qualifications mo? Meron ka ba nun? This evaluation step of career exploration empowers you to analyze the research conducted so you can get a deeper understanding of your favorite jobs. So part of that understanding may be learning that a career simply isn't a good fit for them at the moment. So, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you will completely disregard a career, especially at your age. So, batang-bata pa kayo para sukuan nyo kung ano man yung pangarap na meron kayo. For example, ang gusto nyo talaga ay itong career na ito, but unfortunately, you don't have this means or wala kayong kakayahan para makuha yung kurso na yun. Now, huwag mong sasabihin agad sa sarili mo na I have to stop. I have to, di ba, choose na lang another. Although we are going to consider other options, but always consider that dream. Because walang imposible, di po ba? Sabi ko nga, batang-bata pa kayo para sukuan ang inyong mga pangarap. Okay? So, it doesn't only mean that you can start looking into similar careers that may be more interesting to you. Kasi ito talaga ay reality check, ano? So may mga gusto tayo sa buhay natin, yet hindi natin nakukuha dahil sa iba't ibang mga reasons. And pag ganun ang nangyayari sa atin, we have at least para mas malapit kumbaga sa katotohanan, sa gusto talaga natin, mas malapit sa puso natin, you try to consider similar careers. Medyo may pagkakahawig or pagkakahalin tulad din sa career na gusto mo. Okay? So for example, you really would like to become a nurse. Okay? But unfortunately, alam naman natin na talagang mahal ang nursing at meron lang mga universities ang nag-o-offer nito ng libre. Okay, so try to find another career na maaring similar sa ginagawa ng isang nurse. So maaring mag-caregiver ka muna, 'di ba? And after mong mag-take ng caregiver, maaring makapagtrabaho ka na. So while you are already working, that's a time that you can pursue your dream career. Okay? So do not give up. Napakaaga pa para, sabi ko nga, sukuan natin ang mga career na gusto natin. Now in this step, you can look at the careers that you choose to evaluate. Then you can also look at the careers that support your first career. Okay, so doon na magsisimulang mag-branch off yung ating initial career interest, and we are going to learn more about a collection of careers instead of just one at a time. So ibig sabihin, hindi lamang iisa yung na-consider natin, di ba? Nagkaroon pa tayo ng ibang idea na ay ito pala ay maaaring sakto din sa akin. Dahil ito ang nasa kakayahan ko, di ba? Ito lang ang kaya ko as of the moment. Now, marami palang options. So, di ba? So that's under evaluation. So I hope I'm making myself clear. Okay, so next we have, for step 3, we have the discussion part. Okay, napaka-importante nito na wag nating susuluhin ang pagdedesisyon. Now, we have to discuss all our decisions to whom? Of course, to our parents, to our significant others, and of course, kung may mga trusted friends kayo, you can ask them, di ba? So, mas maigi na humihingi din tayo ng opinion ng iba. You try to discuss the career that you explored, di ba? So under this, you are encouraged to talk about what you've learned, ano yung na-research mo, ano yung na-realize mo. You're going to tell it to your peers, to your parents, or significant others. Okay, napaka-importante niyan because sometimes ito ang gusto natin. Unfortunately, yung parents natin, hindi ito ang gusto nila para sa atin. Therefore, napaka-importante na that we communicate with each other. Dahil malamang ang akala mo, kaya ng parents mo, di ba? Pero sometimes, di ba, we have to accept the fact na limited lang din ang resources ng ating mga parents. So, it's really important to communicate, di ba, with the persons na magpapaaral sa iyo that will support you financially. Okay. Now, under career exploration 4, that is now the time wherein you are now going to decide. Okay, so the decision-making part wherein you are going to choose a career that you want to start and plan what they need to do to earn it, di ba? So the decision step of career exploration revolves around deciding which career you'd like to pursue more, di ba? So this does not mean that you will be choosing the career for your entire lives, di ba? So just like the first 3 steps of the career exploration process, it will give you a direction so that you can follow your passion to fulfilling a career. So this phase actually is typically the fastest of the career exploration steps. Kasi di ba? Sometimes madaling gumawa ng decision. Right away, maaari tayong gumawa ng decision. Kung hindi talaga natin i-consider yung ibang bagay, madaling gumawa ng decision. But then if you're going to research muna, di ba? You're going to discuss it with your parents, you're going to evaluate. So that's the time na medyo talaga mahihirapan tayong gumawa ng decision. Now again, regardless, with your choices, diba? These 4 steps are the basics of career exploration. Okay, so thumbs up naman po tayo dyan kung naiintindihan natin ang discussion po ni Ma'am Tere at kung nandyan pa po tayo. Okay, so you can open your mic if you want and say something. Okay, hello? Anybody who would like to react and say hi man lang? Okay? Ayan. So, I hope na nandyan pang ating mga participants. Okay. So, now, let's proceed. Okay. So, ayan. Hindi naman po ba ako naglalog? Okay naman po ba ang ating internet connection?
Yes, ma'am. All is well.
Ay, very good. Thank you so much. Ayan. So, talaga nakakapanibago itong technology natin. So, ako kasi sanay ako na nagtutalk in front of the crowd, but not like this, ano? So, kailangan talagang mag-adapt na natin sa ganitong mga trends, ano, sir? So,
Definitely,
kailangan natin
ma'am.
sanayin ang sarili natin. Ayan.
Mm.
Nakakapanibago kasi na wala akong nakikitang mga participants, diba, sa harap natin. So, but then, we have to go on. Ayan. So, now that we are done with career exploration, diba? So, I think ito na din ang time na magkaroon na din tayo ng career goal, diba? Kasi napili mo na, nasala mo na yung pinaka gusto mong career base sa iyong interest, sa iyong aptitude, nag-research ka na, tinanong mo na yung parents mo, kinonsider mo na ang lahat ng factors. Now, this is the time that you set a goal for yourself. Napaka-importante nito. And sabi ko nga, ang career naman, hindi naman yan nag-i-stuck, wala yan sa edad. For example, hindi mo man na-reach yung career plans mo at this particular time dahil na rin sa sitwasyon natin ngayon because we have this pandemic, kulang yung financially unstable tayo. For example, nawalan ng trabaho yung mga magulang natin, hindi kaya na masend ka sa isang school na kung saan nandun yung career na gusto mo, di ba? But life doesn't stop there, right? Di ba? Maaari pa rin natin ipagpatuloy ang career na gusto natin dahil nakasama ito sa ating career goal. Yan ang kagandahan pag meron tayong career goal dahil isinusulat natin, di ba? So isinilalagay natin doon na this is what I really would like to become someday. This is what I really want. Kaya I have to do something in order for me to reach that goal. Okay? So when we say career goal, this will be your guide. Diba? Napaka-importante nito na ito ang magiging guide mo in order for you to do what you want in life. And sometimes, diba, pag meron tayong goal, yun talaga yung tina-target natin. Diba? So, ang kagandahan nun, meron tayong direction. We have a goal, like for example, probably as of the moment, ito lang ang matitake kong course, but then after 10 years, or after mga 5 years, this is what I am going to do. Okay, so, hindi man mag-work ang goal mong yon, make sure dapat lagi kang may backup. So, always make this options A, B, C. Kung hindi man kaya ng hanggang C, so, mas marami pa. Walang problema doon. As long as, di ba, meron man lang tayong plano sa ating buhay. Okay, so generally, a career goal is based on your skills and interests, career possibilities, and job trends. And we all know this. Having a career goal, of course, we have to be smart. And when we say smart, we have to be specific. We have to tell, di ba, kung ano ba talaga specifically yung gusto mo, okay, na maging. So, for example, your goal for at this particular moment is to become a teacher. Now, that is very vague pa. Malaki pa yun. Very general yung goal na yun. Pag gagawa tayo ng goal, we have to at least, diba, make it more specific. So, if you want to become a teacher, now, what is the right course that you have to take? Ano ba yung mga kailangan mong i-consider? Okay? Muna, bago mo matin yung pinaka-general goal mo. So, make it more specific. And it should be measurable. And kailangan talaga, it is attainable, and is relevant, and it is timely. Okay? So, wag natin kakalimutan ito. And, of course, it is also very important for us to know these different senior high school career interest clusters because I believe that we have here participants, sabi ko nga, mga grade 10 students, right? So I prepared my talk not only for grade 12 students or senior high students, but of course for our grade 10 students who are going to take up senior high school this coming September, right? Okay, so ano ba ang career clusters? Napakaganda ng mayroon tayong career cluster. Alam natin yung iba't ibang grupo ng mga careers, di ba? So, this is a group of jobs that require similar skills or share common characteristics. By the way, this part of this particular slide deck is part of the MCDP or Multiple Career Development Pathways Toolkit. Nandun ito, nakalagay ito. So, i-discuss doon yung iba't ibang career clusters that you can identify in order for you to know your knowledge and skills na kailangan mo in order for you to follow a pathway towards your career goals. Now, sabi dito, the knowledge and skills identified from a strong basis for your success, whether you are grade 10, 11, and 12 students. Okay? So, napakarami ng mga career clusters na yan. Saan ka ba dyan kabilang? So, if you are taking STEM, ano ang career cluster mo kaya dito? So, if you're taking up STEM or Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, so nandito ka sa, nandyan nakalagay. Mabuti nakalagay yung pinaka cluster mo. Okay, so for example, if you are taking up bartending, for example, okay, so malamang kasama siya sa hospitality and tourism na cluster. So that's how you interpret this image, this figure. Okay, so now, let's try to figure out kung saan cluster ka ba kabilang. So again, hihingin ko ang participation ng lahat. So we have here several clusters like hanggang cluster F. So tingnan natin kung saan ka ba dito kabilang by answering this question. So mabilisan lang, you're just going to pinpoint kung alin dyan yung mga statements that best describes you. And try to count the hearts na napili mo. Or yung ibilangin mo kung ilan yung statement na napili mo. Okay, so for our cluster A, okay, so sabi dito, if you are inclined to this cluster, now you like to picture things in your mind. Okay, so do you like to picture things in your mind? Do you work with your hands? Okay, you perform. Do you want to play a musical instrument? Ayan, mahilig ka ba sa mga musical instruments? So you do arts and crafts. So mahilig ka ba sa arts? Okay, so do you design, display, decorate places, and do creative projects? So ayan, so gusto mo ba yung mga bagay na yun? Okay, and are you good with your hands? Are you creative? Are you attentive to details? Are you versatile? Are you a good planner? Are you patient and persistent? Diba? So ask that question to yourself, and am I interested in? So interesado ka ba sa graphic design, music, speech and drama, audio, video, technology, and cultural and arts? So if you take at least mga 5 dyan, okay, ilan ba yung na-shade natin dyan na heart? Ilan ba yung naisagot natin? So tingnan natin ang sagot ng ating mga participants. Okay? So ilan ba ang nasagot po natin? Okay? Sige. So if meron kayong na-shade dyan, or meron kayong na-consider nyo yan, okay, maaaring may inclination kayo dito sa Arts and Design cluster. And we all know that Arts and Design is one of the tracks in senior high school. Okay, so later on, I'm going to explain more about that. Okay, and of course, we have cluster B. Under cluster B, so that is, of course, the sports cluster. So if you want doing outdoor physical activities, you want to become an athlete someday, so any kind of sports gusto mo officiate, you are physically active, now maaaring kasi kabilang ka dito sa tinatawag nating sports cluster. Okay, and of course, under cluster C, we have the technical vocational livelihood cluster. Ayan, so do you like to cook and do kitchen activities? Ayan, so mahilig ka ba na magluto, maggawa ng mga handicrafts? You want to work with your hands and you want to repair tools? Ayan, so napakaganda din ng cluster na ito because this is about technical, vocational, and livelihood cluster. Now, for cluster D, so am I too fast? Nakukuha naman ba? By the way, this presentation po, itong sabi ko nga, itong mga clusters na to ay nandun ang Decide Multiple Career Development Pathways Toolkit. Pwede po natin itong i-download, just type in Multiple Career Development Pathways Toolkit CMEO at lalabas na po itong PDF file ng ano pong ito, ng toolkit na ito. Okay, so you can have a copy of this kasi napakaganda nito. Actually, I made a video, okay, mga YouTube videos for our students po sa lahat ng parts ng multiple career development pathway. So you can find it in my YouTube channel, of course, your guidance counselor. Okay, and of course, ayan, so are you logical? Are you entrepreneurial? Okay, are you precise? Inquisitive ka ba? You're detail-oriented? Okay, so lahat ng yun, kung meron man dyan, so try to share a circle. And because that is about accountancy, business, and management cluster. Okay, so for our cluster E, we have the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics cluster. Okay, so do you like to interpret formulas? Okay, So ako parang hindi ako masyado sa cluster na to. Parang wala man lang akong meron yata isa dalawa lang akong na identify dito. No, pero majority wala. Okay, that's why I don't really like math. Okay? Kaya nga daw nag-take kami ng psychology because we hate math. Not actually hate, but we are probably not just good in math, right? So, and are you do you ano yan? I like to observe. Do you like to observe details? Do you conduct scientific research? Do you solve mathematical problems? So those are the things that you have to consider if you're going to choose this and science, technology, engineering, and mathematics cluster. Kailangan maging inquisitive ka, maging objective ka, dapat precise ka, practical ka, and you consider yourself a problem solver. And dapat, importante na interesado ka sa math, science, and engineering. Kasi kung hindi ka interesado sa mga subjects na yon, so STEM is not for you. Okay? And of course, we have cluster F. Okay, so cluster F is about humanities and social sciences cluster. So if you have this, if this statement fits of your personality, you think na meron kayo nito, so probably this cluster is for you, wherein you want to help people solve other problems, their problems, I mean, you want to volunteer to help others, you want to work with children, so you're passionate in helping people, diba? So you want to learn about other cultures. So if you're going to take up psychology, dapat meron kang mga characteristics na to. Dapat civic-minded ka, dapat you are a good communicator, especially if you're going to become a guidance counselor, you want to become a guidance counselor, dapat hindi ka judgmental, you are a good listener, you are trustworthy, and you are responsive, diba? And kasama na dito yung mga magte-take ng education or ng magiging gustong maging teacher. Dapat nakikita mo ang sarili mo sa cluster na ito, wherein you want social studies, you want to take up psychology, you want history, you want government, education, and you want services, because those are the contents of your courses, diba? That particular course. Now, yan po ang ating mga clusters, okay? So, may na-identify na po ba kayo? So, nabilang nyo po ba kung ilan yung statement na sa kada cluster at alin yung may pinakamarami kayong napili? Okay, hello? Hello, my dear participants. So may I hear somebody from the group? Are you still with me?
Okay, dear students, any participant, Ma'am Teresa as a participant.
Opo, let's try to ask siguro, sir, at least one participant kung alin yung napili niyang cluster.
Okay. What about Raneline Molina?
Ayan, Raneline.
Yes, Raneline.
Hello.
Yes, dearest.
Actually, accountancy, business and management. ABM.
ABM. Because you are currently taking up ABM, right? Are you a senior high school student, Raneline?
Yes po. Yes po.
Yes, okay. Tama naman ba yung napili
Yes po,
mong
grade 12
cluster?
student.
Do you think you are
Of course po.
Oo, nandun naman talaga yung interest mo. Okay, at hindi napilitan lang. Okay, hindi.
Yes.
Okay.
Nandun
Yes,
po
of
talaga
course.
ako.
Resounding yes from Raneline. Thank you so much, Sir Raneline. Of course, thank you so much, Sir Don, for staying with
Welcome
me.
po.
Okay, I am having problem with my diba, Zoom kasi hindi ko makita yung mga participants natin. But anyway, continue lang tayo, okay? But I can see your chat. Kaya kung may mga tanong po kayo, grab this opportunity to ask questions. So hindi ko man masagot during my presentation, at least I can send our answers, or we can send those questions to the next, diba, speakers, and they can just answer it for me, diba? Or I can message you personally in order for you para masagot po natin yung mga tanong po ninyo. Okay? So ayan. So let's proceed. Okay? So for our career cluster, sabi ko nga, itong mga career clusters na to represents inclinations and interests that align with particular senior high school track or strand. Diba? Okay, so now, I am going to play a video for you to be able to understand better the different senior high school tracks and strands And actually, this video is available in my YouTube channel. So para mas at least maintindihan ninyo kung ano ba yung kinuha nyong track and strand at para sa mga grade 10 nating students, ano ba talaga ang posibleng career or track and strand for you. Okay? So just tell me po ata Sir Dons kung naririnig po ninyo yung audio niya.
Yes, ma'am. Can hear you po.
Can you still
Congratulations! You are now almost through with your junior high school years. I know that you are still quite confused about which track and which particular strand to take in your senior high school year. That is why I made this video for you, because here you will know more about the K-12 program of the Department of Education. Before you choose a track or strand that is right for you, you must first know what K-12 for and the difference between tracks, strands, and specializations. Now let us talk about the different senior high school track and strand. Now, the K-12 Senior High School program is composed of 4 different tracks, which are the academic, arts and design, sports, and technical, vocational, and livelihood track. Now, these tracks will prepare you, my dear students, for college, universities, or even real workplaces by providing you the necessary skills you must possess. Now, each track is composed of different strands. Now, let's begin with academic track. The academic track has 4 strands, namely Humanities and Social Sciences, or HUMSS. We also have Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, or the STEM. We also have Accounting, Business, and Management, or ABM, and the last one is the General Academic Strand, or GAS. Now let's begin with Humanities and Social Sciences, or the HUMSS. Humanities and Social Sciences is one of the academic track strands that focuses on the study of human behavior, arts, culture, literature, politics, and society. Students in the HUM strand can fit in various college degrees after they graduate. This strand is for those students who want to pursue college courses such as education, political science, a Bachelor of Arts in English, literature, mass communication, theater arts, and other related career professions. And we also have Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, or STEM. If you are eyeing for a science and technology career in the future, now STEM might be the best strand for you. The STEM strand is designed to provide students with the fundamental concepts related to engineering, science, and math. Under this strand, you will encounter interesting topics such as biology, physics, calculus, and chemistry, which you will also find useful when you take STEM-related courses in college. Now, this strand is quite challenging and at the same time enjoyable, for you will be able to experience hands-on learning. So this strand is for those who want to pursue engineering, medical courses, Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics, Information Technology, and the like. Now let's proceed to the Accounting, Business, and Management, or ABM strand. Planning to take a career in the finance industry? Want to start your own business in the future? The ABM strand is designed to train students in the basic concepts of business management, financial management, and corporate operations. There are numbers of courses that you can take after ABM to help you land your dream job. These are business administration, tourism management, and restaurant management, accountancy, real estate management, entrepreneurship, and all courses related to business and management. Now, the last strand for academic track is the General Academic Strand, or GAS. If you are not yet sure of which career path to walk on, I suggest you take the general academic strand. GAS provides flexible curriculum that allows students to learn and experience the electives of all other academic strands. Since GAS is not specialized compared to the other strands, there's a wide range of courses that you can pursue in college. Now let's have the Technical Vocational Livelihood track, or the TVL track. The Technical Vocational Livelihood, or TVL, is one of the tracks offered in senior high school under the K-12 basic education curriculum, and it has been designed to equip students with job-ready skills that you can use for employment. Now, after finishing TVL, you can immediately apply for jobs, start your own business, or go to college for further education. There are 4 strands in TVL that you can choose from. We have the Agri-Fishery Arts, Home Economics, Industrial Arts, and Communication Technology. Now, let's discuss these 4 strands under TVL. We have the Home Economics strand. If your dream is to become a fashion designer or to be a chef, home economics is one of the strands in the senior high school TVL track that might be the best choice for you. Under this strand, you will earn your valuable skills that you can use for employment or starting livelihood projects such as beauty and wellness, cooking, fashion, tourism, hospitality, and handicrafts. Now, we also have industrial arts strand. The Industrial Arts strand is designed to provide students with technical and manual skills such as carpentry and construction, electronics, automotive, repair and installation, welding, plumbing, and many more. And we also have under the Technical Vocational Livelihood track the Agri-Fishery Arts strand. As part of the senior high school TVL track, this strand will provide you with relevant knowledge and skills related to agriculture and aquaculture. And we also have the last but not the least strand under TVL track, the Information and Communications Technology, or the ICT strand. In the Information and Communication strand, you will learn the different skills like troubleshooting computers, programming, computer graphics, and operating different softwares. Now, aside from the knowledge and skills that you will gain from the senior high school TVL track, you will also receive national certificates if you pass competency-based assessment from TESDA. A national certificate is awarded to students who did well in all units of competency required. And we also have the third senior high school track. We have the Arts and Design. If you want to unleash the artist in you in your future career path, then the Arts and Design track is suited for you. This program is designed for students who want to further enhance their creativity and the effectiveness of their artistic expression. Breaking the stereotypes that there is no careers in this industry, you'll be surprised how fun the arts and design world can be. To instill the right employment skills so that you can get a job immediately after graduation, part of the curriculum of this track is to expose you to various forms of media such as architecture, interior design, industrial design, graphic and design, animation, painting, fashion design, photography, and film. And we also have the last but not least track is the sports track. If you think you can excel in the field of sports and you can have it as a source of your bread and butter in the future, then enhance your skill through enrolling in the sports track. Now, this track is for those who want to become athlete, coach, physical education teacher, game official, gym instructor, sports trainer, or any other jobs related to officiating sports events. you specialize in this course, you'll be able to learn concepts on how to develop athletes for them to develop a positive attitude on competitiveness, team spirit, and skills development. You will be able to determine the different aspects concerning social, psychological, and cognitive development in sports, leadership, and management. The subjects offered here will let you discover the human physiology and anatomy for you to be able to understand and explain the underlying concepts of social movements. You will be able to learn how to respond to an emergency situation by studying safety and first aid. For the Philippines to go on with other countries in terms of competence in various fields, DepEd or Department of Education adopted the K-12 learning program, which has been the standard education system in our neighboring countries for years. K-12 is expected to develop the quality of learning of students like you by adding 2 more years in high school. The senior high school years, grade 11 and grade 12, will be a fundamental stage of preparation for college and universities and even for workplace. Your senior high school life will be colorful as you see it is going to be the same as your junior high school years as you will enjoy working on challenging learning tasks. But for you to enjoy the last 2 years of your high school life, you must make sure that you like the strand or track that you are going to take. What you regularly do in and out of the school can be your basis on which track you should take in your senior high school years. Whatever your interest or hobby is, there will always be a senior high school track that is suited for it. Now, the question is, do you know the subjects or fields which you are good at? You must identify the subjects where you excel. If you are good in speech and communication, then humanities and social sciences can be suited for you. Your dream career in the future can be also your base in choosing the right track. Make sure that the strand you're going to take is related to it. Senior high school is really fun. You just have to really choose the right track and strand for you. Remember to consider your interests, skills, abilities, your values, and your strengths and weaknesses. With this, you will definitely enjoy your senior high school years. Now,
Okay, so ayan. So, were you able to finish the video? Okay, so are you still there, my dear participants? So I can now proceed. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, of course. So thank you so much. So ayan, napaka-importante kasi na maintindihan natin kung ano ba ang iba't ibang tracks and strands at ano ba ang career na patutunguhan natin kung sakaling ito man ang kinuha nating career or kinuha nating track and strands. Because sometimes we take this track and strand just for the sake na makapagtapos tayo ng high school. So it only means to say for you, my dear grade 10 students, you have to be very careful. You have to really think about it kung ano ba ang kukunin mong senior high school track and strand dahil dyan na magsisimula yung ating pag-abot ng ating career goal. Kasi for example, you would like to become a police someday, kunwari police. Ano ba yung nararapat na track at ano ba yung nararapat na senior high school strand para sa goal mo, sa career goal mo na maging police. Okay, that is only an example. Now, there is another way here in order for us to know kung paanong, anong academic track naman ang ipupursu natin. So, again, ulitin natin, we have 4 tracks. We have the academic, technical, vocational, livelihood, the arts and design track, and the sports track. Now, if you are going to choose academic track, kasi majority of us here, diba? Gusto talaga academic track. Now, if you're going to choose academic track, okay, so ano ba ang mga kailangan nating i-consider? Or ano ba yung pwede nating gamitin na tool? Okay, so paari daw po natin gamitin itong career wheel. So part din po ito ng ating multiple career development pathways toolkit. So ang career wheel po ay isang mahalagang tool para ma-identify natin ang kung ano ang tamang track, para sa atin at ano naman kaya sa tingin niyo yung magiging career ninyo once you finish this particular track. So again, I am going to let you watch this video.
To help you decide on your future career and your prospective senior high school track, here is the career wheel, which showcases the different career pathways and the related senior high school tracks and strands. There are different ways of using the career wheel. One way is to look for your prospective career options and corresponding senior high school tracks and strands. For example, if you are interested in becoming an engineer, one of your options is to take the senior high school academic track, particularly the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics strand, or the STEM strand. Another way to use the wheel is to look at the track or strand you are most inclined to and see what career options are available for you after senior high school or college. For example, if you are inclined to take up arts and design track, you will see that you may work as a draftsman or illustrator after senior high school or put up a drafting business or shop. Some of the career options available for you upon completion of college includes being an architect or an interior designer.
Okay, so ayan. So sana naintindihan ninyo kung paano gamitin itong senior high school track o bakit marami ng lines. Okay, anyway, sige, may nakapindot ata ng ating ng mga natin dito. Annotate, okay? Anyway, this is how we use our career wheel. Napakaganda nito dahil for example, you're taking up, for example, STEM. Okay, so ano ba yung mga possible na careers? So we all know that we have this 4 curriculum exits, right? We have the trabaho, negosyo, kolehiyo, and middle level skills. Now, for example, you're going to take up, okay, mula muna tayo sa TVL. You would like to take you're taking up ICT. Now these are the possible careers na maaring makuha mo. You can be a call center agent under business yan, and okay, so maaari ka ding magkaroon ng internet cafe kung gustuhin mo, mag-put up ng digital photography or printing shop, and lastly yung potential career mo is you can become an ECE engineer, IT specialist, computer engineer, network engineer, and software engineer. So pwede din naman na ang pag-interpret natin ito, ang paggamit natin itong career wheel na ito, titingin muna tayo dito sa outside part ng wheel, wherein for example, for this academic track, now your dream for example is to become a human, for example, you want to become a human resource expert. Okay, so now, titingnan mo lamang po, hanapin mo lang yung career na yon dun sa outer part ng box, and then titingnan mo ngayon sa pinakadulo kung ano ba yung dapat na career, senior high school track and strand ang dapat mong kunin. So for that particular career, you have to take up UMS, and that is under academic track. Okay, so I hope na malinaw po sa atin ang career wheel. Okay, so do not forget those tracks and strands na na-mention ko kanina. Okay, now we are going also to talk about this labor market information, although I was told that you have also invited a speaker for this, so we are going to have, of course, our PESO officer here in Iriga City, but this one is somehow, I think, na very updated. Aside sa shinare po ni Sir Richard kanina, ito po yung pinaka-latest. Okay, so by the way, labor market information is one of the important tools na maaari natin gamitin sa part po ng pagre-research. Diba? So yung pinakaunang step ng career exploration is research. So if you want to do this career research, go to the website of the DOLE, the Department of Labor and Employment, under the Bureau of Labor and Employment. So kasi ito pong labor market information na ito, dito natin na malalaman kung ano ba yung mga in-demand na trabaho sa ngayon at ano ba yung mga available na trabaho sa ating locality. Now, masasagot po yung mga tanong mo na ano ba yung industry na nag-i-employ ng maraming workers. Okay? And geographically, saan ba ako makakahanap ng trabaho? Okay, baka ito ang kinuha mong kurso, ito ang pipiliin mong kurso, yet hindi naman pala ito available sa locality mo. So makikita mo po lahat ng iyon sa ating labor market information. Okay? So will there be an opportunities in the field? So dito natin malalaman kung may oportunidad ba. Baka kumukuha ka ng kursong yan, yet wala naman palang naghihintay na trabaho para sa iyo. So isa yan sa mga importanteng maaari niyong itanong sa ating magiging resource speaker para bukas, para sa labor market information. At ano din yung magiging sahod mo, magkano ang sasahurin mo kung ito ang kukunin mong career. Now, we have to see this one, the very latest. So this is the Project Jobs Fit. We have this labor market information report, and this was just made last November 2020. This is called the Jobs Fit COVID-19. So ibig sabihin, actually meron na sana tayong Jobs Fit for our LMI or labor market information. Hanggang na sana yun na 2022. But with this pandemic, dahil nagkaroon tayo ng pandemya, kailangan ding mag-adjust ng ating labor market, ng ating workforce, di ba? Alam nyo naman na marami ang nawalang trabaho, mayroon din namang mga umusbong na bagong trabaho. At ano kaya ang nilalaman nitong Jobs Fit COVID-19 na ito? So by the way, when we say KEGS, ito ay napaka-importante din. Dapat alam po natin kung ano ang KEGS or Key Employment Generators ng inyo pong locality, ng ating pong lugar. For example, here in Region 5, dapat alam po natin ang mga KEGS or Key Employment Generators. Ano ba yung mga industry na nag-o-offer ng trabaho? Diba? So, and ang kagandahan din dito sa Jobs Fit COVID-19 na ito, malalaman natin kung paano ba na-reshape ang ating Philippine labor market. So, for this particular slides, so mabilisan lang, I am going to present to you the top 10 key employment generator KEGS according to Jobs Fit COVID-19 LMI or Labor Market Information Report, and this is of course from Department of Labor and Employment.gov.ph. So this is actually a nationwide study. So ang Project Jobs Fit po ay isang survey, or ito po ay tinatawag nating nationwide study para malaman kung ano ba yung mga trabaho na kinakailangan sa isang locality. Ano ba yung mga opportunities na naghihintay para sa inyong mga senior high school graduates at sa atin pong mga college graduates. So, di ba isa sa mga options natin as senior high school student ang magtrabaho na after senior high school. Now, if you're going to find a job after your senior high school graduation, ano kaya sa tingin ninyo yung mga posibleng apply ninyo, anong industry ang naghihintay para sa inyo? So, actually, napakarami. So number 1 na po sa atin ngayon dito, bagong-bago itong wholesale and retail trade. So before po, pang-11 dito, na-mention kanina ni Sir Richard, pang-11 pa siya. But this time, due to this pandemic, naging top 1 na po ang wholesale and retail trade. So this sector covers the wholesale and retail sale of any type of goods. Diba? Ang dami na mga nagbebenta ngayon. Dati-rati konti lang ang merong interest sa pag-ninegosyo, sa pag-retail, pag-wholesale. Ngayon, marami na ang mga nag-online selling, right? So kaya naman, isa talaga ito sa mga in-demand na industry sa ngayon, itong wholesale and retail trade, which is in fact the number 1 in our key employment generator. And also mind you, construction is also one of the key employment generators. Actually, this is the top 2. Before, so itong natin, Project Jobs 2022, pang-6 siya. But this time, pangalawa na ang construction dahil din ito sa proyekto ng ating mahal na presidente. Ito ang kanyang top priority project, itong Build, 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 okay? Na kung saan nagbigay si President Duterte ng malaking pondo para gumawa ng mga Build, Build, Build project or infrastructure and development of industries. Okay, so kaya maraming kinakailangan natin ng mga fabricator, piper, welder, engineer. So ibig sabihin, kung ang kukunin mong course ay engineering, patok na po ito sa ngayon. At isa ito sa mga in-demand. So kung magaling ka lang naman sa math and you love to solve mathematical problems, you want to venture in this particular career, go na kayo sa engineering dahil in-demand po ang construction sa ngayon. So this does not necessarily mean na magiging construction worker kayo. So when we say construction, ito yung mga trabaho na related sa pagko-construct ng mga buildings. Okay? And of course, we have number 3, employment generator natin ngayon according to Project Jobs Fit of COVID-19, ang information technology or business process management. Actually, bago po ito, ano? So before, hindi siya kasama talaga sa key employment generator, but this time, kasi itong call center, kasama po ito sa cyber services. This time, bagong KEG po ito, bagong key employment generator ito, na kung saan yan, marami tayong kinakailangan ng mga call center agent, knowledge process outsourcing, data transcription, transcription, animator, mga game developer. Okay, kung mahilig ka lang naman sa mga games, ayan, sa Mobile Legend, gamitin mo na yung interest mong yan sa paggawa ng mga game, maging game developer ka kasi isa yan sa mga in-demand na kurso sa ngayon, or trabaho sa ngayon. Okay? And of course, patok na patok din pala ang ating manufacturing industry. So ito po ay ang physical and chemical transformation of materials, substances, and components into new products. Ito mga factory natin, like for example, yung mga raw materials, like na mga agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining, yan, so mina-manufacture po natin, di ba? Ina-alter natin, nire-renovate natin, nire-reconstruct natin to make a good, di ba? So the government actually is preparing an integrated manufacturing industry roadmap to strengthen the sector, and this could help contribute to employment opportunities. So pang-apat ang manufacturing. Okay, so kaya ang dami ng mga kailangan po natin mga factory workers. And of course, kahit na may pandemya, sa gitna ng pandemya, so hindi man pa rin po ang ating hotel, restaurants, and tourism dahil hindi naman po nangangahulugan na for life na tayo, di ba, na ganito. So dahil na nga sa meron na tayong vaccination na nangyayari, so naniniwala po ang pamahalaan na babalik ang dating sigla ng turismo sa ating bansa. So actually, pang-apat po ito before. Medyo bumaba lamang siya. So before, ang dami-dami ng kailangan nating mga workers related po sa hotel, restaurants, and tourism. So although this time, madami pa rin po, pero bumaba lang siya ng isang, lang siya. Dati 4 siya, ngayon pang-5th na lang siya. So ayan, so ang dami nating, syempre kailangan pa rin natin ng restaurant, diba? Kailangan natin kumain. So marami pa rin opportunities sa mga food chains and accommodation establishment that include but not limited to hotels, resorts, apartments, bed and breakfast facilities, and mga tourist inns. Ayan. So kaya wag kayong mawawala ng pag-asa para sa mga gustong mag-take ng tourism dahil kasama pa rin siya sa in-demand na industry natin sa ngayon. Okay? So base po yan. Kahit po tingnan ninyo sa ating jobs fit COVID-19. Ayan. So and of course, ayan, so isa din to sa mga bagong industry na nakasama sa ating key employment generator, ang education. So we all know, 'di ba, na ang dami na ng ating mga online classes, meron na mga tutorial, kaya nangangailangan na ng maraming mga teachers. Kaya kung ikaw man ay nangangarap na maging isang guro, i-push mo na yan dahil talagang kailangan natin ng maraming guro, kailangan natin ng mga maraming tutor. So dahil na nga po sa implementation ng distance and blended learning, ayan, yung latest data po ng Department of Education, nagsasabi po na 24.72 million ang naka-enroll ngayon sa ating basic education. At ito ay nagre-represent ng 89.02 na umusan pa nito yung expected natin na enrollment, which is only 80%. So ibig sabihin, mas marami tuloy ang naka-enroll ngayon kumpara sa before na walang pandemic. Dahil na ata sa walang face-to-face at mas madali ang pag-access natin ngayon sa education. So therefore, education sector is expected to continuously provide employment to the country's workforce. And of course, kasama pa rin syempre ang agribusiness, although alam nyo ba na first ito ang nangungunang key employment generator ng Bicol region before. So ngayon, pang-7 na lang siya. Okay? So nangangailangan pa rin tayo ng mga agriculture economists. Yan. So mga fisherman, entomologists, dahil na nga rin sa ating agrikultura. Okay? And kailangan din natin ng mga workers under health and wellness. We still need a lot of nurses. Before, pang-3rd siya, okay? Nasa pangatlo siyang key employment generator. Ngayon, bumaba lamang siya, pero still, actually, kasama ang nurse sa mga in-demand jobs dito po sa Pilipinas. Okay, dahil na nga sa dinaranas natin ngayong pandemya. So we will be needing a lot of nurse, optician, optometrists, we need a lot of doctors. Ayan, yung mga surgeon natin, kailangan pa rin natin siya. Lalong-lalo na nagde-develop marami tayong mga medical facilities ngayon na pinapatayo, mga primary, secondary, and tertiary hospitals. So, kailangan natin ng maraming mga health workers. And of course, di pa rin nawawala ang transport and logistics, pang-siyam pa rin po siya. Okay, so it covers both air, water, and mass rail transport. So, kailangan natin ng mga checkers, maintenance mechanics, patok pa rin ang mga stewards and stewardess, although may mga nawalan ng trabaho, pero sabi ng Dole, balang araw or after mga ilang years, like 2 years, babalik na ang sigla ng transport and logistics industry. Okay? And of course, huwag natin kakalimutan din ang banking and finance, kasama siya sa top 10 key employment generator. So, ibig sabihin na kailangan tayo ng maraming mga new finance and accounting managers. So, yung mga gustong maging accountant, I believe you are offering ABM, right? Accountancy, Business and Management. Pursue nyo na ang career na yan dahil isa yan sa mga in-demand na trabaho sa ngayon. Okay? So, to sum it up, ito po ang 10 key employment generators po natin sa ating bansa as of the moment. Remember na nagbabago-bago po, hindi po ito stable. So for the meantime, ito ang maaaring key employment generator, and this is applicable for this pandemic period. Maaaring after pandemic, mabago na naman ang in-demand ng mga industry natin. But for the meantime, base sa pag-aaral po ng Dole, isa ito sa mga maaaring mga trabaho na i-offer na makahanap natin sa ating environment sa ngayon. Okay? So now, as you can see, di ba? Dito po sa Pilipinas, ayan, dito po sa Region 5. So makikita natin dyan na we have here the 3 or 4 key employment generators. So kasama tayo sa wholesale and retail trade. Okay, kailangan natin ng mga workers sa IT, BPM, okay, yung mga call center agent natin. Marami ang kailangan ng Bicol na sa education sector, and of course, nangangailangan din ng Bicol region ng mga health and wellness workers. Okay, so kasama din po sa Project JobSfit ng COVID-19, nandyan nakalagay ang list of in-demand occupations in 2022. Okay, para po sa mga grade 12 students natin dyan, ano ba yung kukunin mong kurso pagdating ng kolehiyo? Hanapin mo na ngayon yung gusto mong maging career dyan. Do you want to become an accountant? Very good. Dahil ang accountancy ay isa sa kabilang sa mga in-demand occupations hanggang 2022. But you have also to consider, ang pag 2022 ba, ikaw ay accountant na. Okay. So, that's yun ang isa sa mga kailangan natin i-consider sa pagtingin po, sa pag-i-analyze natin itong key employment generators, kasi may limit lang siya. Although we have really to update ourselves, especially na mag-enroll tayo sa sa kolehiyo, i-update, kailangan na updated tayo sa LMI. Okay? So these are the soft skills for 21st century skills, okay? Or mga kailangan mga skills natin. This is also very important that you are a team player, you are socially aware, di ba? Meron kang sensitivity, you have this motivation. So lahat ng ito ay kinakailangan. But did you know na meron tayong panibagong career na, ayan? Okay. So meron tayong panibagong career na mga skills na kinakailangan, especially in this time of pandemic na iba na nga yung takbo ng ng buhay natin, and even ang mga trabaho natin ay naiba na din. So ibig sabihin, lahat daw po tayo or ang mga workers natin ay nangangailangan na nitong financial literacy, digital literacy. So bawal na ang mga illiterate ngayon sa computer. Ayan, occupational safety and health skills, integrity, and dapat tolerant din daw tayo sa stress. Kaya naman ang mga mental health workers natin ay isa din sa mga in-demand sa mga panahong ito dahil marami na ang nai-stress dahil sa demand ng trabaho po natin ngayon. Okay? And ayan, so actually I will be playing sana a video discussing all the skills needed in order for you to choose to have the career that you want. But anyway, available naman po ito sa aking YouTube YouTube channel. You can just play all my videos here. Sabi ko nga, kompleto lahat ng po natin, ng PowerPoint, ng mga videos natin when it comes to career guidance. Okay? So I'm going to skip that. And of course, so this is also very important. So ito po ang top 10 skills. Dapat do I have to include this? Dahil ito po ang mga top skills na kinakailangan po lalong-lalo na ngayon na may panahon ng pandemya. So ibig sabihin, since these are the needed skills, you have to equip yourself with this skill. So you need these skills in Microsoft Office application. So kung dati-rati, kung mapapansin ninyo, prior to the pandemic, ang top skills po ng mga job seekers natin ay mga soft skills lang. Like for example, listening, negotiating skills, creative and analytical thinking, problem solver. So ngayon, iba na. So more on, mga technical skills, mga digital skills ang kinakailangan po natin ngayon. Like for example, we need a worker that has the skills in Microsoft Office application. Kailangan natin ng worker na magaling sa analysis, computer literate, you are good in designing, programming, typing skills, customer service, encoding data and documents, data analysis, and sales. So kung ito po ang mga in-demand or top skills na hinahanap ng ating mga industry, ng mga companies ngayon, so at least, 'di ba, 2 o 3 diyan meron ka. So you have to, 'di ba, equip yourself with these skills. Now, to keep up with the labor market, dominant skills needed by the job seekers include yan. So na-mention ko na yan kanina, digital literacy, etc. Okay? So ayan. Okay, so before I end my presentation, let me give you this tips. Actually, hindi ito 10, hindi ko natapos yung mga tips in identifying and exploring your career options. So number 1, tip, and for me to end already this discussion, my presentation, do not limit yourself to one option. So na-mention ko na ito sa inyo kanina na napaka-importante na marami tayong options. Okay? And research, okay? Research options related to your degree. And aside sa degrees, of course, you also have to research about your skills and interests and know your university's local and global market. And of course, you also have to discover emerging career options. Like for example, yung LMIs, yung Project Jobs Fit, napaka-importante na alam natin kung ano yung mga in-demand na trabaho sa ngayon. Okay, and the last but not the least is you have to know your purpose. So it all begins with the purpose, So you have to ask yourself, why do you want to become like that? You want to become a teacher because you have to ask yourself, I want to become a nurse because. So kailangan ang sagot natin hindi lamang puro pansarili natin, di ba? We always have to find meaning, to find our purpose, because that is actually the key to a fulfilling life and that's the secret of happiness at work, di ba? So sabi nga ni Mark Zuckerberg ng Facebook, kung kilala niyo si Mark, siya ang founder ng Facebook. Sabi niya, purpose is the sense that we are part of something bigger than ourselves, that we are needed, that we have something better ahead to work for. Purpose is what creates true happiness, but it's not enough to have purpose yourself. So dapat ang purpose natin, di ba, hindi pang sarili lang. So you have to create a sense of purpose for others. So let me end my presentation with this. So again, we have to find purpose not only for ourselves, but of course for others. So ano ba ang maaaring mong mai-contribute para po sa karamihan, para po sa madla? Okay, so again, that would be all. Thank you so much for having me, Ma'am Neri, Sir Don, and of course, Ma'am Miriam. Maraming salamat po sa pag-invite sa akin.